Gleeson Real Estate,
It's a goal and it's another one.
and member for South West Coast, Roma, Britnell. Game day on Fitz Media Live.
Welcome to the Timboon Recreation Reserve, a very wet, muddy-looking Timboon Recreation Reserve as we're looking at the reserves grade football out there. But it's a special day out here today. It is, of course, the WorkSafe Round, doubling as the TAC Road Safety Round as well. So particularly from the last week or so around our area, it's certainly something that's very important that we need to be very aware of. Both work safe and, of course, on the roads as well. And in commentary, I am joined, as always, by Paul Walker. G'day, Walks. What's going on, mate?
G'day, Liam. How are you, mate?
Just trying to keep dry.
Yes, there's plenty of... We noticed a lot of water on the roads heading out from Warrnambool today. Obviously, much needed rainfall in the area, considering how dire it was a couple of months ago. So.
Yeah, it's certainly no sign of dry patches out there at the Oval at the moment, mate. She's a bit of a quagmire.
It's one of those games of footy that I'd rather be sitting in the van rather than playing. So
Perfect.
Good luck to the boys. The boys are having a red hot crack here in the reserve. So.
Well, we're live a little bit earlier than normal because we have a couple of special guests to chat to today, which is exciting. And you've got one of our special guests in the moment. So why don't you fire off and have a chat to Lisa?
No worries, mate. Now, joining me in the Fitz Media van is former netball star turned elite coach. She's had an extraordinary career, leading the Australian Diamonds to World Cup glory and Commonwealth Games glory. Now she's a proud ambassador for WorkSafe. Welcome to WDFNL Live, Lisa Alexander.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here at our lovely Timboon Recreation Centre seeing the footy in lots of mud. I didn't get to do the mud as much in my day, but the courts, the netball courts, are always wet.
They would be, especially the outside ones. You would have played a fair bit inside, though, over your career, but latter part of it, early days, you would have been outside like the most of the rest of us.
Yes, I played footy netball down at Lee and Gathaway. And
who'd you play for?
I played for Stony Creek.
Oh,
the Stony Creek Races, and it had a lovely asphalt court there, and it was always wet.
I played footy against Stony Creek.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a small world.
It is.
Yeah.
What do you reckon of our patch of the world, Lisa?
I love it. It's very similar, actually, to the Leongatha Currumbara area, which is very much a dairy country. So I was a teacher down that way and also coaching and playing with the Gippsland region. But, you know, I understand how important it is the footy netball clubs are to country life and country communities. Yeah.
Lisa, can you tell us how you became involved in WorkSafe and how long you've been working with them for?
Well, I've just come in this year, but of course I've been aware of them for a long time, working with Netball Victoria particularly, but also AFL Victoria and their support of country football, netball from the WorkSafe point of view, but also from, you know, supporting communities in those towns as well. And it's really great for them, you know, to have that attention put on them. And it's great for them to get the messages across about WorkSafe as well.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. WorkSafe supports community sport, especially in netball. It's a fantastic initiative, and how important it is to see that kind of backing at grassroots level.
Yeah, and it gets the education messages across about us being conscious and aware of our workplaces and safety of our workplaces, but also, as you said, it's, you know, Vic Roads today, safety message on the roads as well. And I saw the same messages about slowing down on that wet road, and we, you know, had to travel quite a distance from Avoca, but it's important for us to make sure we get to our destination safely.
And then when you get to your destination, you're back to where you started as well. So.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, Liam,
yes, Paul.
I'm not sure whether you know this. You will be dealing with 3 people that have played in the AFL today.
Fantastic.
Tom Boyd.
Yes.
Lisa Alexander. Because Stony Creek was in the Alberton Football League, and myself, who I played at Bina. So we all played
Are you serious?
AFL football.
Yes, I know Bina.
The Bina Bulls, which are no longer.
Used to drive through Bina. It's the last little town before Currumbara, and I'd be in the days when I was coaching Melbourne Phoenix, and I'd be driving down that highway to Melbourne for training and also for our matches. So it was I knew that drive well.
And one other thing you'll know too, Lisa, by the time you finish with chatting with Paul and I, is Paul always likes to sort of tie in a Paul Walker fact.
Well,
And you've probably just heard that just then.
If you actually went back and had a look at the article I sent you a few weeks ago,
yep,
it was against Stony Creek, I believe, that article. So anyway, we'll move on. Obviously, your illustrious career as one player, then two coach. Games record holder for the Diamonds?
I am in terms of the number of test matches I've coached.
As coach,
yes, 102 test matches, and it was a great career. I really enjoyed that time. I still in contact with many of the players that I coached in that time, and now they're all starting their families, having children. But it's great watching the Super Netball.
Hasn't that gone from strength to strength?
Oh, it certainly has. Even wearing the Melbourne Vixens top today, I coached Phoenix, which was which gave birth, I guess, to the Melbourne Vixens down the track. But, it's a great club, and it's fantastic that they're in that preliminary final tomorrow against New South Wales Swifts.
And we hear about the toughest jobs in Australia. Obviously, the Australian cricket captain, not as high up the pecking order as the Prime Minister, but the Australian Diamonds coaching role would be one of the toughest jobs in Australia because netball is such a very high-profile sport among young girls and women. The support for the Super Netball competition is amazing, and obviously being an Australian coach, obviously making most of the finals that they play against, generally in New Zealand.
Yes,
that's right. It's a tough job to have.
Yeah, it got tougher and tougher. The countries that play netball, we now have I think it's about 67 countries internationally playing, but generally speaking, it's Jamaica, Australia, New Zealand and England who end up in that top four.
South Africa, they're normally thereabouts
South Africa
as well?
have been quite good. They've just gone off a little bit lately, but and teams like Uganda and Malawi from Africa has also been very strong. And in the past, Trinidad Tobago has been very strong as well. So England have got a lot of money. They've invested a lot of money in their high-performance program. A lot of their athletes actually play out here in Australia. So, yeah, it's going from strength to strength. There's certainly a lot of pressure on the coach, Stacey Marinkovic, now to select her team for next year's Glasgow Commonwealth Games and then for the World Cup in Sydney in 2027. So,
and has it, if my memory serves me correct, and is it in the Olympics next?
No,
in a
it's
couple
not
of
in the
years?
Olympics.
Are they trying to get
we
into the
are
Olympics?
trying to get 2032.
Oh, it certainly should be, I think.
In Brisbane.
Yep.
And even if it's as a demonstration sport. And look, my wish was always to have them. We've got a great men's competition now running internationally. If we could get men's, mixed, and women's, that'd be fantastic.
Perfect. Yeah, they'll then get the rights, because you think of some of the sports that are actually in the Olympics. Netball's probably one of those sports that deserves to be in there.
I think so, absolutely.
It's growing in like 67 countries.
Yeah, around the world. It is played in the United States of America. We've now got a French federation that are playing, and so I think it's doing all the right things to get that
ticking all the boxes.
Yeah, ticking all the boxes. That's right.
And you briefly touched on England. Got a lot of money. Do you think they're pushing the money towards the netball side of it, similar to the way they do with the cricket, because we, being Australia, are so good?
Yeah.
Do you think that's what England are doing? They're trying to beat Australia.
Come after the Aussies in another sport.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely want to be. They won that gold medal in the Gold Coast in 2018, so that really gave them a big push. And now they've got their own national Super League, and it's a country that's got 60 million people.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of netballers, so it only goes to show the numbers will come through eventually.
Especially with funding, and it's similar to the AFLW.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not like I look at netball and ladies cricket and ladies soccer. They're so much further advanced than the AFLW because they've had so much more funding over the course of the years.
Yeah, and they're seen in a way that they're standalone competitions, and they've been properly funded and properly resourced, and shown a bit of respect actually. So, but netball is interesting in England because it's at the moment mainly women playing only. It's sort of using that to its advantage in its marketing as well. So it's very interesting.
And it's such a good sport to watch, and I've got a lot of friends, people that I know that play sport and are very passionate supporters that, like I am with my football and my cricket, they'll sit at home and watch the the netball semi-finals or the netball, and they all have their teams and things like that. So it's a very passionate sport, like similar to football.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, country football knew that they had to partner up with
Yes,
netball
for sure.
back in the day to make sure it became a family club, and so netball is played all around our country. Every state and territory plays it, and so it's very well supported in Australia.
And you touched on that about the two country Victoria country footy and netball aligning themselves, and it's probably been a good 30 years, maybe even longer, nearly 40 years, and I see it's slowly creeping into metropolitan football.
Yeah, that's happening in the metropolitan leagues as well, although they have the bigger centres where people play, but certainly from, footy clubs understand that if they can connect with their netball, part to their family, it's a really good thing for their own club.
It is. And as we briefly touched on it is a shame that we couldn't turn the weather on better for your visit today, but thank you very much for your time, Lisa. We really appreciate you joining us. Keep up the incredible work that you've done with WorkSafe. You're making a huge difference to society. So thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully I wasn't too hard-hitting.
Not too hard hitting at all.
Nothing too. He was actually pretty tame, Lisa, just quietly. But look, thank you so much. And this day is just brilliant. It's such a community day. I know it means a lot to the Timboon Football Netball Club. We were talking to Mick Hunt on our football show earlier in the week, and he just says it's it's like a grand final experience for them, having WorkSafe on board, and the things that they can get from WorkSafe as far as equipment, pads, footballs, netballs, all the rest of it. It just means so much to the club. So thank you very much for making the trip to Timboon, and even an even bigger thank you for joining us on WDFNL Game Day.
Thank you very much.
And you'll have a really cracking game of netball today. Both
Absolutely.
sides are pushing for that final spot in the five.
I've got to get out there and get coaching with them. So
Okay.
I better go.
Thank you very much for your
Thanks for your
time,
time.
Lisa. We're going to
Thank
take a
you.
break on WDFNL Game Day. We'll come back and speak more about the game ahead. Back soon.
If you're buying or selling a home, Gleeson Real Estate are here to help. The hard-working team at Gleeson are happy to support you right through the buying and selling process. Gleeson Real Estate, friendly faces, expert local knowledge.
Matco Hire for all your hire needs. Portable ensuites, generators, toilets, and introducing Matco's new Genie 20-metre boom lift. Matco Hire, everything you need in one location.
Hi, I'm Roma Britnell and I'm your local Member of State Parliament. Together we can make the South West Coast an even better place to live. But I need you to let me know what's important to you. Only then can I truly understand your aspirations and be the best representative for you. Feel free to drop into my office and share your thoughts with me. I'm also online at romabritnell.com.au or catch me on social media. I'm here to work for you. Let's make it happen and let's make a difference.
At Nutrient Solutions, we're here to help you go further. Further in innovation and technology. Further in advice and solutions. Go further for the community. In sustainability. And for the future of our industry. With Nutrient Ag Solutions, there's no limit to how far your business can go.
This is the setup, mate.
At Timboon Recreation Reserve, great to have you with us as we preview a fantastic game of football and netball. We've just had Lisa Alexander in the commentary position with Paul Walker. That was a good chat, Paul.
It was a very, very good chat. She's almost royalty
Absolutely.
in sport in Australia.
For sure.
As I said, she at one stage, when the diamonds are flying, it's the hardest, probably the second hardest job in Australia behind the Australian Test captain.
I'll tell you what, it would be. And today, I think anyone playing football and netball, it's tough out there to play, I reckon, mate. She's one for the books, that's for sure.
No, it is one for the books, and I'm glad. And our special guest next to me is probably looking at that going, geez, I'm glad I don't play footy anymore. So joining me now in the van is former #1 draft pick, premiership hero, the man who lived every young footballer's dream, kicking the winning goal on grand final day. And now he's a proud ambassador and strong advocate for men's mental health. welcome to AFL Live. WDFNL Game Day Live. Tom Boyd.
Welcome to AFL 360, boys. toughest job in sport today is being a boundary umpire out of here at Timboon. I tell you what, it is absolutely miserable. But, you know, like the people are saying, oh, you know, this is footy out here. This is just footy, right?
This is just footy, yeah. This is what we grew up playing when we were kids, and we love it. Like, it's fantastic. It's a fantastic initiative. We just briefly touched on it with Lisa, WorkSafe, getting behind the local footy. These sort of games are important to the local community. Tell us a bit about your role with WorkSafe and the work you're doing around men's mental health.
Yeah, I think it's worth noting WorkSafe have been doing this for 24 years.
Wow.
We've been supporting country footy and netball, and I think, you know, as someone who grew up in a place very similar to this, albeit not in the country, as a suburban footballer at the Norwood Junior.
Because you were at Norwood, weren't you?
Yeah, exactly. And to be honest, the funny thing is that one of the great things about football in Australia is that no matter where you go, in any part of the country, suburban or otherwise, the clubs are the same.
Yeah.
And they just have such an enormous role to play in their communities, whether they be big or small, both by geography or demographic. And, you know, it's no different out here. And so for WorkSafe to engage effectively with regional communities, the only way to do it, frankly, is to do it through the country footy and netball, and to come basically here and remind people that, you know, any incidents and any accidents and any issues in the workplace are too many. We want to see people coming to the footy and netball on the weekend. We want to see them having a great time. And we know that the rates of injury and fatality out in regional Victoria are far too much. And so to be able to do that through the work that we do, and to reinforce that not only the physical injuries are incredibly important, but equally the mental health ones that are causing so much of the burnout and the stress and the fatigue and the issues that come as a subsequent issue to that is it's a big part of my role, and it's been one that I've done for the last 3 or 4 years and greatly enjoy.
Yeah, and you do a very good job of it too, Tommy. It's obviously a long way from Norwood, down there at Mullumbullen Reserve.
Yeah, but he doesn't look that different though, I tell you what.
Wouldn't today, probably wouldn't.
No, the thing is with these grounds in metropolitan Melbourne, mate, they get the grass upgrade, so these Melbourne Metro footballers wouldn't know what mud is.
Don't get Walks talking about grass, Boydie. He always brings what kind of fescue or something in the oval's made out of. He's a bit of a turf aficionado.
Yeah, well, it wasn't the case when I grew up, right? So I've missed all of the club room upgrades.
Oh, really?
All of the turf upgrades. All of the club upgrades at the AFL. I went to the Whitten Oval last night to watch my sister play in the AFLW. She's been picked up by North Melbourne, Tessa.
How's she going?
She's going good. They got done last night by the Dogs girls.
But it was the first time they would have lost for a while.
I'm looking around this $75 billion facility and I'm going, you know,
where
it's
was
nice.
That? Where was that 10 years ago?
Yeah, well, you know, there's a few of us who built a bit of it. You know,
yeah, that's it.
Part of the story. So, look, it's no different out here, and I think, you know, you look around the place, you watch the girls and guys running around to the football field and the netball courts, and you watch the volunteers turning up regardless of rain, hail or shine, and it is exactly what the magic of community sport is, right? They do it because it's not about them, it's about everyone else and being able to get the best out of themselves and their communities, and we're here to do that today.
Yeah, and it'll be the turnout, even on a miserable last day of July, the crowd is still quite a large crowd. You look underneath the grandstand and near the fires, there's people everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you know, the best part is they've obviously designed the ground that people can stay in their own cars here,
Correct.
which is always helpful, right? So
it's a lot better than the Mullumbullen Reserve that I remember.
Mate, there was a rule that my dad had when he coached us, and there was sort of 2 ovals at Mullumbullen Reserve. Mm-hmm. One up the top, slightly further away from the creek, and one down the bottom. The creek. And if the weather was like this, it was one of those things where it goes, boys, there's no point hiding from it today. Everyone get on the ground, on your fronts, on your backs. Make sure, because if you're trying to stay clean today, you're not going to play. So go out there and get wet.
Because I'm a Lilydale boy.
Oh, right,
so I played at Lilydale, similar to
I was going to say a rude word, but we're on radio. Bad people come in all shapes and sizes.
No, there's some... but there's been some good footballers coming out of that area as well. But the Eastern Rangers, you were there for, obviously, from a young age.
Yep.
A lot of people... Did you have any dealings with Brett Fisher?
Yes. Brett Fisher?
I think he might have been coach there at the time. Yes.
But Mark Fisher.
Mark Fisher, yeah.
Mark Fisher's the Lilydale boy. That's one you're talking about. I actually spoke to him the other day. He was a great coach of mine. Look, I was lucky enough to be one of those guys that started at the Eastern Rangers when I was 14 and played all the way through. So it was very much my second club.
Yep.
The other thing about the Eastern Rangers, which I think is not that much spoken about, at least back then, was most of the Victorian metropolitan TAC Cup clubs, your Sandys, your Oakleys, and so on, they're very much heavily impacted by the private schoolers going away in the middle of the year.
Not like that at Eastern.
It's not a club, right? So by the middle of the year, you basically got all these guys who fly in for 3 rounds to start the year and 3 rounds to finish, and they play finals.
Yep.
Whereas the Eastern Rangers, we had no players leaving. And so you build the club from day one of pre-season all the way through to winning a premiership in 2013, where we knocked the brakes off the Standy Stingrays by 20 goals.
20 goals? Just snuck over the line?
Yeah.
How many did you get?
It was my first game in 3 months. I kicked 4 in the first quarter, and then I ran out of puff, to be honest with you. So
4 in the first quarter is pretty good.
I think I trained once in 3.5 months after injuring my ankle, but we had obviously had Parko running around there for a long period of time. Al Pennington was a big part of the club.
Yeah, who's just passed away, I reckon.
He passed away
Pennington
recently, yeah. So we just had a real club, as much as you could do, in a club that obviously wasn't full ranging, didn't have seniors, didn't have all juniors, had only their sort of TAC Cup age groups. It was a fantastic place to be, and I'm actually lucky enough to go and speak at their past players function tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. Peter Kennedy,
yes.
Did you have any dealings with PK?
Oh, of course, running around.
He's a good little old man.
Yes, Gucci only had 1 foot. He's only had 1 foot. He was always there.
Now we'll fast forward from your Eastern career. What was going through your mind when that goal went through? I'm sure you would have watched it a few times, and BT letting the magic word out.
Well, it's pretty easy to work out how many times I've watched it, because if you just count the days since, once in the morning and once at night is usually the way I like to watch that goal.
That's fair enough too.
No, it was.
It was a big final series for you too.
It was. It was an amazing time to play the Bulldogs at that stage, and look, I think the one and probably underappreciated fact of being a Bulldogs player is that obviously our club has come through a whole range of issues over 100 years lifespan, and for the vast majority of it, it's been a club that's either been on the brink of administration, been on the brink of relegation, on the brink of mergers, or whatever else, right? And so to be a part of the first team in 62 years to actually win a premiership, and the only really in the modern era.
Well, you're one of 42 players, aren't you?
Yeah, well, and probably one of about 30 who are alive.
Yeah, correct.
So it's an amazing thing, and I think it's amazing to see the connection for people who've supported this club since they were born and suffered all the way through. To see that success, you'll never find more appreciative people, and it's it's part of the magic of sport that we get to be a part of.
Toughest opponent in the AFL?
Robbie Tarrant.
Yeah, okay.
See, the thing is,
North Melbourne, Richmond?
Yeah, I didn't play against him, I don't think, at Richmond, but definitely at North. The thing is about fullbacks is people look at the ones that are the best players and they go, Alex Rance or Brian Lake was obviously very dominant. I love playing on those two blokes because they didn't have any concept of defending.
No, they just wanted to get the ball.
Ran up off the field. Yeah. Like Rancey, honestly, he was like a dog chasing a seagull. and a very effective one at that.
Yes, he was, wasn't he?
Don't get me wrong, this is not saying he wasn't a good player.
No,
he was a brilliant player.
He was brilliant.
But when it came to playing on you, he didn't have a lot of concept of trying to stop you. It was like me playing on him. And so when you're playing Robbie Tarrant, he was as big as me, just about. He was fitter than me. He was faster than me. Arguably as good looking, and he didn't want to get a kick either.
He was happy for you not to touch the ball.
Yeah, he couldn't kick, so he didn't want to get the ball. It was all a bit sort of panic station when it did. So he was definitely the toughest, I would say.
Now we touched on the goal in the grand final and obviously the celebrations, but I reckon the game before that against your old club at the Giants up there at the Showgrounds, or
yes.
what is it? The
Showgrounds
now. What were you?
What's Engie?
I think it's a energy like I don't know.
But here's the thing, it's working.
LGA.
I'd never heard of them before.
Yeah, well that's right. Now we're talking about it down here at lovely Timboon. That game, I think you were 16 points down with not long to go in the game, and I think Troy Dixon kicked a few goals late.
Yeah, it was an interesting period of time. I think it sort of was one of those things where we'd had a growing rivalry, much based on my trade from obviously the Giants to the Dogs. Yeah. Callan Ward going from the Dogs to the Giants, Leon Cameron doing the same, now Ryan Griffith. It was just this sort of back and forth of key players and people moving back and forth between the club. And I think, Ruffy went down with about 20 minutes to go in the first, or 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. With an eye injury that almost made him miss the grand final. Where no other ruckman in the team except for me, Shane Mumford and Rory Lobb on the other side of the coin. And I think, without overstating what happened, the thing for me was there was no one else to do it.
Yeah.
And I'd obviously played a lot of ruck that year.
Yep.
And they put Zane Cordy in the ruck for about 3 minutes at the start of the last quarter to give me a spell, and Shane Mumford probably had 16 hit-outs and 10 touches, and I was like, oh, put me back in.
Get me back in the game.
We can't have that. And there's no slot on Zane. Zane's just not a ruckman, right? So it was just one of those things where at that stage our club was in a position where every player knew that they had to do what they had to do to get through the game and to win, and it was never about what was best for me. And if you actually look at the players at that time, who obviously went on to be absolute superstars in the case of Bond, all-time greats, none of them were quite at the peak of their powers yet.
Yep.
And so even the Libbers, the Jason Johannessons, the Jack McRae's, the Bob Murphys, the Matty Boys, all of those guys, they weren't quite at the stage where they were able to make it all about them. It was really a time when they were still playing in the team and then trying to play their role.
Just playing their role, just for a bit of fun, who's the biggest pest at either of the two clubs? This will be an interesting one.
We love a pest on WDFNL Live.
I would say that Shane Biggs is probably the biggest pest at the Doggies.
Yep.
But in the best way.
And he was an underrated player too. He played his role in that grand final.
He did. He had an unbelievable... So you've got to remember that in that year, there was about 3 or 4 players who played every game. Shane was one of them.
Yep.
So he played 25 games or 26 games that year and played probably 95% game time as a half-back flanker. Just a huge engine.
Unheard of nowadays. They rotate him.
Yeah, absolutely. It's only the key backs who stand on these.
Yeah, that's right.
They never go off. But yeah, he's probably the biggest player. But we had a few characters. Like Clay Smith is an absolute character. Obviously, Tom Liberatore. We had Jack Redpath around at the time. Lukey Dalhouse. We had and this is the thing. It takes all sorts to play good footy, and it takes all sorts to win a premiership. And we had all sorts. We had people who finished school when they were 11 or 12. We had people who did really well, like I did. We had Rich. We had Paul. We had first generation. We had lifelong father son. We had
the whole box and dice.
Because we were just playing to obviously win and do our best for the club.
Yeah, we won't keep you much longer, Tom. So thanks very much for your time. We really appreciate it. Keep up the incredible work that you do with obviously both WorkSafe and you work with men's mental health. So you do a fantastic job, and we really appreciate your time today. So enjoy the rest of the day and proceedings afterwards.
Thank you. Thanks for having us, boys.
Good to have Tom Boyd joining us on WDFNL Live Walks, and that's you didn't drop the fact that you're an AFL player then, mate. What was going on there?
No. I think he holds my AFL career well and truly. But no, he was I was very, very nervous over those two people.
Did really well.
Well,
wouldn't know it.
Especially Lisa.
Yeah.
Like, as I say, Lisa's job and currently she took over from the great Norma Plummer.
Yep.
And then she's then become on to be the most coached. Well, she coached the Diamonds the most.
Yeah.
They're very daunting people.
Yeah, well, you handled it well. I can tell you're nervous because you're fogging up the car in there.
I just think we're lot of hot air comes out of my mouth most of the time, mate.
Well, we are going to take another break and just compose our thoughts, and we might even get some Demister on there so you can actually see out the window.
See what we're going on.
But it's fantastic to be out here at Timboon for the Warrnambool District Football Netball League WorkSafe round this year. It is an absolute... She's a heavy 10, I would say, Paul.
It'd be more than that, mate.
The rail's out, well and truly.
I'm glad I'm dealing with the fogginess of the windscreen rather than the mud in my socks and boots.
And if you are tuning in, we do have to apologise. We were unable to live stream the netball today. Just the netball court is a little bit too far away from our transmitter today, so we couldn't quite get the netball live stream. But just rest assured that it is getting filmed in full, and we'll be able to have it up on Facebook and on Fitz Media Live a little bit later on. But for now, we'll take a break, and we'll come back and preview a big... I think we've got another guest coming in.
We do have another guest coming in, mate.
We'll take a break and come back, and we'll introduce our next guest.
SHB Lending's Tony White has developed his customer-first approach over 30 years in the banking and finance industry. That experience allows Tony to provide valuable insights to his clients. Tony is passionate about seeing his clients achieve financial success. SHB Lending helps you manage financial arrangements, guiding you through key life moments. If you're thinking finance, it's simple. Think Tony White, SHB Lending.
Coastline Cut and Core is your only concrete cutting and coring specialist in the southwest. Demolition works, renovation modifications and repairs and maintenance of damaged concrete. Coastline Cut and Core does it all. Contact myself, Harley Higgins, today.
If you're buying or selling a home, Gleeson Real Estate are here to help. The hard-working team at Gleeson are happy to support you right through the buying and selling process. Gleeson Real Estate, friendly faces, expert local knowledge.
Through the race and out onto the arena, here is the toss. Tom gets the first possession, quick pass to Brett, drops the sitter, play on down the corridor, a cracking effort by Sam. Down the line to Tim with a sizzler, a turnover from Michael. Rachel gets it back, a chip kick to Charlotte, shakes off the tackle, back down the line to Sam, stacks on the mill, but he gets it out to Brett, he spins and bags a goal. Kerman's Hamburgers for the win, a fan favourite since 49.
Welcome back to WDFNL Live. It's great to have your company as we preview a huge WorkSafe round. Looking forward to bringing you all that action at the moment. We are facing some very, very heavy conditions today, very, very wet, but it hasn't sort of dampened the spirits of the day. Of course, the Warrnambool and District Football Netball League's WorkSafe round. Great to have WorkSafe partnering up with everyone and making this day such a special one for everyone involved. Paul Walker has been a little bit starstruck today.
I have been, Fitzy. Yeah, the first time I've ever met a number one draft pick.
There you go.
And first time I've ever met someone that's probably the second or third, probably in the top 5 toughest jobs in Australia, especially when they're not winning. Lisa Alexander is Diamonds coach.
Absolutely, fantastic. And look, great to have names like that, to be able to, I guess, promote WorkSafe and what's going on is, it's great for the league and great for everyone to be involved.
Yeah, for sure, mate. And it's a credit to WorkSafe for the work they do. As I try and find the demister in your van.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's behind the big screen.
Yeah, behind the big screen.
But yeah, it's just a shame that we've got such a poor weather day.
Yeah.
We got Andrew coming across. Is Tessa on her way? Is she? Okay, so yeah, that's fine, mate. No, so it'll just be Tom and Lisa today,
cool,
Liam.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Andrew.
That's all good.
So, yeah, just as I try and find the demister, there it is. Yeah. We should be able to start seeing a few things now, Fitzy. But, so that'll be the end of the interviews until after the game, but that's all good.
Well, we might be able to try and get a couple of players a little bit later on. We've got another special guest joining us a little bit later on too to be able to
commentate the game.
The action.
Tyler Thornborn.
Yeah, it's going to be great to have Tyler here.
Who's just literally, while we're at the last break, has just come off to have a well-earned shower, and I'm telling you right now, he's probably loving the fact that he has to call the game of footy today.
Absolutely.
For no other reason than he gets first crack at the hot showers.
Yeah, well, I think that probably works out pretty well when you think about it. She's
sure.
And I just saw him walking past the van, and he is very, very, very muddy looking, very soggy. Very soggy, and
I'm really not hopeful for this ground come 5:30 today. It's going to be chopped up to the Scheisenhausen, but anyway, that's what happens when we get an abundance of rain, which was well needed. And that'll be holding the ball, I would think. No, ball up, says the umpire. There's a bit of fisticuffs on. Come on, boys, it's too wet and cold to be throwing cut lunches. So, big day today, Liam. Obviously, the WorkSafe round today, but it's more means more to the two clubs. The winner stays alive for the season. The loser can book their footy trip. That's pretty much what it boils down to today. It's a must-win for both sides, and these two clubs, obviously Timboon Demons and the Kolora Power, they're a combine of 4 sides that played in the old Hawkesbury Mount Noorat League, being Timboon and Hawkesbury and Kolora Noorat. So They've got a long history playing against one another, and it's quite fitting that their season comes down to playing each other on a wet and gloomy July afternoon. So,
and you know, like you say, both sides are really, you know, they're thereabouts for finals, aren't they? So, you know, you've got to think of it that way. And you know, tough conditions today to try and get into that, you know, because realistically, both sides, you know, they could still be playing finals football.
They
couldn't
could. Like Kolora are a mathematical chance. They have to win majority of their games. Timboon win today, they're going to the. Timboon win today, and if Collegians get beaten, which they play Allinsford at Allinsford, you'd think that'll probably occur. But having said that, Collegians did beat Allinsford last time they played. But if Timboon win today, they go into the 5th spot, and possession's 9/10 of the law. Or if you own the spot, it's yours until somebody comes and takes it away from you. So they get the points today. They're in the final 5 as of 5:30 this afternoon.
And where do you think the game's going to be run and won, mate? Obviously, tough football. It's not going to be too much. It's going to be a tough slog, whatever way you look at it, isn't it?
It's a good old-fashioned wet weather football game. I normally, when I was coaching, that would be, if it looked like it was going to be rain, it's just wet weather. So I didn't think of that today. I got a bit flustered by it's a fantastic, another goal. This young kid's kicked a couple, I think, today. As we see on the Gleeson Real Estate scoreboard, final siren sees Timboon run out victors, 11-3-69 to Kolora Noorat 3-4-22 on the Gleeson Real Estate scoreboard in a very tough and physical game. So, the key matchups today is, because it is a wet weather day, it's going to be ground position, and it's going to be hard to get it out of each defensive back line. So the battle that I see is huge in the course of the game is the Hickey-Wallace contest. Like, we know Barney's been a really good ruckman for a long period of time. He knows how to use his frame and gets around the ground. And Justin Wallace, who's carried a few niggles at the start of the season, has finally got back into some good fitness, played a really good game and rucked all day out at, where were we, Liam, when we saw Kolora? Allinsford?
Allinsford, yep.
Rucked all day and battled hard against Jamison, and so that'll be a crucial midfield battle. Hunt, Gillingham, Newey versus Cahill, Beasley and Kavanagh. I would foresee that the old Bulls will go head-to-head, being Ash Hunt and Lewis Cahill, and just let the kids run around and do what they need to do. So it's going to be crucial. War Boys, I think Nathan Weiss, as in the Weiss Bar, will get the first crack at young War Boys. So we'll see how that plays out. And it's interesting that you take War Boys out of the equation, both sides have struggled to kick goals.
Mm-hmm.
So Josh Warboys kicked 36. Next best is 15 for Timboon. Then it's 8 and 6. And then you look at Kolora, they've got five blokes on 8 goals for the year. So it's going to be a dour game. I think it'll be I'd imagine it would probably be a 7 to 6 goal game. And if you can get first use out of the middle with the dry footy in the early parts of the first quarter, you got to make hay while the sun shines. No pun intended. Because there's definitely no sun, and there's definitely no hay be making.
There's definitely no sun anywhere here today, that's for sure.
So, obviously Timboon, shock loss against Panmure last weekend. Great work by Panmure. They toiled hard all day and got the chocolates in the end. But they've got to bounce back. That was a game that the boys down here at Timboon would have ticked off as a win. Mm-hmm. Because if they win last week, they're in the 5. They win today, they've got 2 games clear on potentially Collegians. So then it's Collegians got to chase them down. And if Collegians are good enough to get them, well, good on Collegians. But they dropped the game, thought it was the banana peel sort of game, and they slipped on it and it hurt their chances. But Kolora, on the other hand, they just need to keep winning and hope Timboon and Collegians fall over. They just keep losing. They are a mathematical chance. The percentage does hurt them. The inclusion back last week of Sam Yulin helps their potency up front because they have struggled to kick goals all season. So,
just looking, waiting for the teams to come out and take to the ground, mate. But good to see a bit of a guard of honour out there for the teams to come out onto the field, which is good. And and the weather's the weather, isn't it? You can see there's a PA system set up out there, and and they're trying to make a day out of it, which is understandable. But it's just one of those things, mate, that particularly around this area, farm safety, work safety, and unfortunately, we know just
Well, one workplace injury or one workplace death is one too many. So WorkSafe do a marvellous job in trying to stop that from happening. You don't wake up of a morning expecting kiss your partner goodbye and head off to work and then not come home. So it's just being mindful of work safety.
Yeah, and it goes without saying, it's well publicised now that unfortunately there was a young Timboon boy that lost his life on the road between here and Simpson last weekend.
Oh, no.
And it certainly hit this community hard, and our thoughts and our best wishes are with his friends and family. A lot of them play at Timboon. He was also a good golfer too, I understand.
Oh, really?
He was played with Timboon, and a young life lost. It hits the community hard, particularly one like here at in
Timboon. It's such a close knit community as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's sad. As we look through the trees, you can actually see the Timboon golf course over to our left, or the Warrnambool end.
A downhill par 4.
No, that one's an uphill par 4,
I
reckon. Yeah, and then the one behind it's a downhill par 4. But it has been a long time since I played Timboon, so I don't really know. So it's sad. Obviously, another loss to a sporting club, and more importantly, he lost to mum and dad and his siblings, if the particular young person had siblings as well, and then obviously his mates. So it's sad, but unfortunately, the roads the way they are, they need to be rectified real quick. Especially as I said, driving out today, the amount of water lying in the wheel ruts coming along the Cobden Warrnambool Road is just phenomenal. And then coming down Glenfine, there was where cars haven't been down the road, and the amount of rain, and it's steady rain. There's no wind. It's coming straight down, so it's here for the long haul.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. So these obviously it's a wide variety of things, but the road conditioning around our area, and we can only talk about our area because that's where we live.
That's where we live, and that's what we know.
Correct, and I do spend a fair bit of time on the roads, as you know, and you can see where all the roads are deteriorating really quick. So hopefully our Member for Parliament, Roma Britnell, who is a great supporter of WDFNL Live, her voice is very loud about our area, as it should be, because she's very passionate about it. So.
She is very, very passionate about it, that's for sure. And rightfully so, because let's be honest, it's the roads down this way, they do need a little bit of TLC.
And considering, especially during the week that Warrnambool won the Tourism Award, there's a lot of tourist people come down our way and generate a lot of income for everybody from Geelong West, with all the businesses, with the hotels, the motels, the cafes, the restaurants, the Airbnbs, the little roadside strawberry places like what's over here at Berry World and things like that. Tourism does generate a lot of money to our part of the world.
Yep, certainly
It's just a shame that the Labor government, as it sits right now, doesn't fix the area and promote it more. So we're getting very political here, Liam.
Well, yeah, no, this is a bit different, isn't it?
It is very, very different, but I never thought I'd talk politics at a football game.
Well, this is we cover all things here, mate. But just quickly, we do need. I just want to refer back to our selector show on Wednesday, just gone. Nick Mills got on. It was his turn for the post game speech, and he wants to
bring back the pie and coke.
Bring back the pie and coke, and I think that's probably that's something that. I reckon that pie and coke meaning a boundary rider, an umpire, to go out and start doing boundary, because everyone wants to be paid for it now, unfortunately. And back in the day, it used to be a pie and coke, and that was ample, wasn't it? But,
for sure. But as he said, with a bit of inflation,
the rate's gone up.
Does go up. But even $20 for running around for a kid, 10-year-old kid. Today, that's $20 he didn't have before he started.
Absolutely,
so.
and what I was getting to is your post-game speech a couple of weeks ago. We spoke about the now Southwest District. Well, it's probably famous, probably national now. I'd say.
Correct.
The mullet that Connor Ryan, one of our boundary umpire guns, was in ownership of. It's now gone. But we interviewed him on the program, and, for those that don't know, young Connor is the nephew of the great Sean Ryan.
And I believe the uncle wants a bit of a right to reply.
So the question was put to Connor that are you or aren't you now the most famous Ryan in your family? And Connor was probably a little bit...
he was very diplomatic, shall we say.
Very diplomatic about it, because I reckon he's probably up there now.
Correct.
But we got it out of him, didn't we? He said Uncle Sean, how many AFL Grand Finals he's umpired? There's a lot. Anyway.
I think it was 8, Millsy said.
Ridiculous. But we got a message from Sean Ryan last week saying he's heard his nephew, and us blokes say that he's probably the most famous Ryan or the most famous umpire to come out of Warrnambool, and Sean wants his right of reply. He wants to be able to, put his case forward to the selectors, because let's be honest, we determine so many things on that program. He wants his right of reply. So I think when we do another selectors program, maybe a couple of weeks, I'm not entirely sure.
We might have
another special guest.
Another special guest. I believe there's potential for a new segment on the selectors.
Yes.
I really do hope that gets off the ground.
Yeah, well...
So we'll keep you posted there as well.
It was an unsolicited request from Millsy to go on Hair Watch for Goal 100.
But I'm thinking more another one. But
well, which one's that one?
I don't know, but you just never know.
Oh, yeah, righto.
I think you know where I'm going.
I think so.
Who knows? We'll just watch this space. But
well, there is talk, and we may as well say it, that Razor Ray.
What's your decision type
has become
segment?
He's become a bit of an institution in AFL media now, and some of his stuff is being received very, very well, as we see the Kolora Noorat power coming out onto the ground.
I was going to say, Liam, this is the worst thing about wet weather football.
Yep, the first part to get out onto the ground.
When you run out on the ground where you're nice and dry, and then you run out into the rain.
Absolutely.
Had no dramas running out, and if it's dry and then it starts raining, but running from the dry out to the wet is...
maybe that's why they took so long to come out.
Correct, and as Timboon come out onto the ground, and as we see the umpires making their way into to the middle, we've got Huey Worrell and young Misson. I'm not sure on
Daniel Misson.
Daniel Misson. I'm not sure of the other umpire,
and
I can't see there.
But just while we're talking about the umpires, we're pretty keen to maybe get one of the umpires of the Warrnambool District Umpires Association on board the selectors program for a segment here and there about just for us to ask questions about decisions.
What's your decision type? Yeah,
and how they're made, and it's just something that I think would probably add a new dimension to the show. So we're hoping to pursue that a little bit more. The
fingers crossed.
Warrnambool District Umpires Association has reached out and said that they'd like to be involved in something like that.
Beautiful.
So we'll hopefully try and
more than welcome to have them on board.
Get something like that happening, which I reckon would be brilliant. Who knows what else? But I think
obviously just before we go to a break, there's a couple of. I didn't really have much time today, but there's a couple of things I'd like to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
The Rolls-Royce out at Naranda, James Wilshire plays his 150th game for the club.
Yes.
So There's not a rollout at Naranda that James hasn't done. He's been captain, he's a sponsor, etc., etc. So he's the type of person that keeps local country clubs alive. So well done to James. And a little bird tells me that you had a win on Thursday, Liam.
Geez. Yeah, yes.
But then also gassed it in the same version. You should have. You won the comp out at Warrnambool, but capitulated in the last 4 holes. Is that correct?
There was a bit of sledging from Paul Hose and Andrew Lucas, but it was the first time in a couple of weeks I'd picked the sticks up and obviously had a bit of
good after a spell.
Yeah, well, maybe a pep talk from your good self before the round might have helped.
Well,
but
I'm still waiting on me check.
The ball did tend to go a lot straighter, which was good. But it was nice to get a win and. That's got nothing to do with what we're talking about today, mate.
Nah, that's it. No, I just sort of bring it up. Nah, that's all right. I love doing that.
But you're right. It was the last 3 or 4 holes. I did fall apart. Fatigue set in.
Fatigued.
And there was probably a couple of,
knew the score.
Well thought of suggestions from Andrew Lucas and Paul Hose, obviously my playing partners, that they must have been keeping an eye on the leaderboard and they tried to get him ahead a little bit.
As good mates do. Who needs enemies when you have mates like them?
Yeah, I know. It's a bit like me when I make the blooper reel, isn't it?
That's correct. Hey, Liam, just a quick one. Should the reverse camera be on?
Probably not.
Probably not.
But we can fix that.
All right. Well, we better fix that before the game starts because I don't really want to reverse back out the gate.
Which is just incidentally behind us. We're going to take a break anyway. We'll come back and we'll hopefully have the first quarter coming your way shortly. This is WDFNL Game Day from the very wet and cold Timboon Recreation Reserve. We'll be back soon.
Pepper's Pizza is now open on Liebig Street, Warrnambool, with a fresh new menu. Pepper's has vegetarian, vegan and gluten-free options available, as well as options for new low-carb pizza bases. Pepper's is still serving up all the classics from pizza through to ribs, chicken wings and a variety of family favourite sides. From their busy commercial kitchen, Pepper's can cater for your next special event. With online ordering now available via their website, ordering couldn't be easier. Pepper's Pizza, open 7 days, 11:30am till late.
Bell's Garden Centre has the largest range of sand and soil products in the southwest. People choose Bell's because you can't buy experience, and Bell's has plenty. With bulk product delivery available across the southwest for your next project, it's got to be Bell's.
Hi, it's Libby from the Vet Group. We are offering discounted standard desexing for dogs and cats for a limited time. Your pet will receive the Vet Group's gold standard level of care at a reduced cost. Terms and conditions apply. Contact the Vet Group Wollaston, Timboon or Portland clinics and book in your furry friend today. Remember, two's a company but a litter is a crowd. The Vet Group, making pet care easy.
If you're buying or selling a home, Gleeson Real Estate are here to help. The hard-working team at Gleeson are happy to support you right through the buying and selling process. Gleeson Real Estate, friendly faces, expert local knowledge.
Can I recycle this? Search recycling in Warrnambool to find out more. When we all sort our recycling correctly, more can be made from our available resources. A small act makes a big impact.
Through the race and out onto the arena, here is the toss. Tom gets the first possession, quick pass to Brett, drops the sitter, play on down the corridor, a cracking effort by Sam. Down the line to Tim with a sizzler, a turnover from Michael. Rachel gets it back, a chip kick to Charlotte, shakes off a tackle, back down the line to Sam, stacks on the mill, but he gets it out to Brett, he spins and bags a goal. Kerman's Hamburgers for the win, a fan favourite since 49.
When you think of the future of your business, what is it that you hope for? Ways to grow? Ways to be more self-reliant? And always be one step ahead? Are you looking for a partner with solutions to complex business problems? Well, no matter your goal, with Nutrient Ag Solutions, we'll help you go further.
Welcome back to WDFNL Game Day. It's great to have your company on this wet and very wintry day, and we're ready to get set for our
WorkSafe round for the week, and if you've just tuned in, you've missed a couple of special guests that we've had on. We've had Tom Boyd, we've had Lisa Alexander, of course, former Diamonds coach and Australian netball royalty. It's been a pretty action-packed pre-game show, Paul Walker.
It has, and as we come back from the ad, we've got our special guest, special comments man in Tyler Thornburn coming to join me.
Tyler, how are you, mate?
Who was the first winner of the Hot Shower Award today, so he'd be loving that.
Absolutely, mate. G'day, Tyler. How are you, buddy?
Thanks, Walks. Good to be here with you. This really good day at Timboon.
Absolutely, mate. And we're about to get set, Paul. It's looking forward to this quarter, and let's see where we land today.
As the ball's won out by Hickey, doesn't go too far. Kavanagh handball up to Beasley. Good strong mark there to Allsop, but no, not paid. Stacks on the mill. Huey Worrell said, no, you just dived on it, Robbo, with those long socks, and he's covered in mud already. And it'll be Jack Matthews? Simon Harkness. I didn't get his number, so 16, Simon Harkness back. Intercept mark there, looking by Curran. No. Pick up off the ground was by Wallace. Inside kick to no one in particular by Timboon. Crashing through was a Kolora player. Couldn't pick him up. Handball there by Ballick. Ball's not going far. It's just going to ping around. Wallace gets it out. Quick kick by Kavanagh. And it's Allsop. Dropping the ball against Lyndon Allsop. And the free kick will go in the way of Kavanagh. How did you go today, Tyler? Did you get a kick?
Yeah, no, we went all right, mate. Really good win for our boys.
Good win, yeah.
Sitting in a good spot now, come finals time. So, I'm really happy with the boys' efforts.
Beautiful. Ball's punched forward, and that's the pull of the jumper on Kolora, but no. Stacks on the mill. Huey diving on the ball. No. Huey says, I'll have it. And yeah, he's red hot. What was Harkness again? What, number 16 was it? 16, so.
For 3 years.
3 years he's been away. So when the ball kicks out by Wallace, inside forward 50, attacking the ball is Hunt, but he ain't coming through. He's been pinged for holding the ball. He didn't really have much opportunity, and that probably should be 50 against Ash Hunt. And we've got Bailey Kavanagh with an E for a shot on goal. Lead out on, slipped through the hands. Needed to be a bit higher up, but Hunt now, handball's back. Probably not going to be one of those days for handballs back. Sliding around, Stacks on the middle, ball not coming out. Quick kick out, finds Morehouse. Morehouse clearing kick just outside forward 50, handball back. Finds Kanar. Smother, great smother by the veteran, 200-game veteran, and Simon Harkness, and the ball will be thrown back in.
Straight into it after his first game back, isn't he?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how his fitness is.
He's a very fit man, he is, naturally, so he'll be straight into it, which is good for us.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. And the ball's thrown back in. Stacks on the mill, and that looks like Gillingham not coming out. Now it is. Beasley hasn't got it. Quick kick in by Wallace. Leading out was Timboon. Quick handball up. Out to Harkness again, who's had 3 touches in the first 2 minutes. That's holding the ball. No play on, says Misson. Kavanagh dribbles the ball forward, and it's Yulin in the... No. That looked like it was Lucas, but missed it. Hunt, what's he going to do? He's got all the time in the world. A little chiselling kick. Finds Gillingham. I wonder how many blokes have got long stops on out there, Tyler, today.
Quite a few, you'd hope. She's very
like
slippery conditions out there, a lot of mud about. Obviously, we haven't seen conditions like this for quite some time, so it's good to get the change up.
That's it. Good mark there by Hawks. Deep inside his forward defensive 50. Plays on, running out to the outer wing. The scoreboard side here at Timboon, or the Berry World side. Good smother by Oscar. Good spoil by Oscar Curran. Kick off the ground by Balanick. Is that how you say his name? Benalik.
Yep.
I do have trouble with the English language at the best of times, Tyler, as you know. So if you can help me out with some of the pronunciations, that'll be fine. I'm going to have an issue with number 45.
Just so you know, Walks, it's pronunciations, not pronunciations.
As I said, I butcher the English language at the best of times.
I just thought it was apt to remind you.
Thank you, mate. As I'm just... we got thrown by all the interviews today, and Marcus Hickey, good solid defensive mark, kicking out, looking for Hunt. Hunt Slops, props, that's too high against Tonkin. And that's, there's a couple of whistles there. Boys are going to have a little bit of a wrestle. And so we just got to help Tyler with his team sheet. Just stick that to the steering wheel, mate, and you'll be fine. Wallace now deep inside his forward defensive 50. Good intercept by Kavanagh. Handball up by Timboon. Doesn't go too far. Ball's just pinging around. Isn't it coming out there? What's the umpire going to say? I'll have it. And I think we're going to see a lot of that today.
We are
Tyler.
definitely, Walks. Going to see a lot of ball ups from the umpies today. Obviously, you have very wet conditions here at Timboon, which is...
Hickey versus Wallace. Wallace wins down. Cahill sliding in was Matthews. Out to Cahill again. Quick kick on its way by Casterson. I think that's how we say it, isn't it, Liam? But it's that man Hunt in the way again. What's going to happen? No. And if this is the way they're going to call it today, I'll be pretty happy. Like, you want to be really certain of the free kick here today, as we see Justin Wallace doing a quick jumper change. Probably a bit fresh to take your jumper off. Ball coming out. Snap on the way by Scanlon. And it was the first score on the Gleeson Real Estate scoreboard. Sees Kolora one solitary behind to Timboon yet to score. As we see a couple of rotations. Marshall and Kavanagh off for a bit of a spell for Kavanagh and Weiss. Hunt now surveying his options upfield. Almost just have to take meterage, don't you? Oh, his umpire's called him to play on. He hasn't left the square. Hunt, little kick in, probably not too far, and it's that man with the long socks up in Robinson. Kick inside, finds Cahill all on his lonesome in the middle. I would normally say on a good day that Lewis Cahill could probably kick this, but at 40 metres out with a wet ball 6 minutes in, it's going to be a tough kick.
Definitely the wetter side, come town end here, so it's going to be a fairly big kick for him.
Cahill, kick on its way. It's a bit right. Good spoiler. Probably would have let that go through by the Timboon player, but no. Ball's bouncing around. Handball out. And that looks like Newey there. And the umpire says, we'll throw it in. You can't be appealing for insufficient attempt today, boys. I wouldn't have thought.
Out of the question, I would have thought today, Wolfsy.
Yeah,
definitely.
No, it's just ridiculous if you think it's insufficient attempt. You're just trying to get the ball forward. As the boundary umpire throws it back in, they're going to have a difficult day too. The boundary umpires. Quick kick out by Timboon, and that's out of bounds on the full. And we've got a young lady that's umpiring today. She's going to earn her pay packet, as are the other 4 boundary umpires, especially if you're over the far side of the ground. You're not going to get much action over there, I wouldn't have thought, once it's locked away. The ball's come back in. Good intercept marked by Harkness. Harkness, chipping kick, finds Newey. Just he's called play on, and that's got to be holding the ball.
Risky play on there by Newey.
Risky play on, yeah, probably, and 50 metres, bit of lip. Oh, someone's in there. That looks like Fred. Fred, you're a little man. Don't pick on the big fellas. You'll get hurt. But it'll be the coach of the coach of Kolora Noorat, Sam Yulin, to get the first goal on the day. And I'm going to say, Liam, that's a contender for the QX goal of the day.
Righto then. We've got to get one on the board
well,
at least,
the thing is, we may not get too many goals. So Sam Newey is currently leading. Sam Yulin is currently leading the QX3 goal of the day. As we see on the Gleeson Real Estate scoreboard, Kolora Noorat 117, Timboon yet to score.
And just on Sammy, it's good to see him back out playing. He's obviously had a few weeks off. The last couple of times we've had Kolora, he was coaching from the sidelines.
Yeah,
so
he had a bit of a string, and I think he came back last week, kicked 5.
So he's certainly a handy inclusion for the power, that is for sure. And yes, it's going to be few and far between, I would think, Tyler, when you get the goals down there. When you were out there playing, mate, she would have been a heavy 11 or something, wouldn't it?
Very, very heavy, mate. Coming off the boot, she was a hard slog.
Slipping off. As one down by Hickey.
To Benalik.
No, to Benalik. Kick forward, and the ball's out on the out wing. Good tackle there by Kolora. It's going to be very difficult, especially late in the day when the numbers get covered by mud. Yeah. But the ball's a good kick forward there. Handball back. Too hard. Soft hands today. Cahill Kick forward. Looking for Kolora, but no. Intercepting there is McGlair. McGlair back inside. Good strong mark. Lead up target was Elmore. Elmore out wide. Looking for and finding Allsop. Allsop a wheel back onto his right foot. Kick inside. Looking for no one in particular. It's Kolora everywhere. And stacks on the middle. Ball spills out. Beasley off the ground. Holding the man. Decision is going in the way of Kolora.
Boys lost the ball in the mud there for a second.
Yes, we'll probably lose that. I think that's Nathan Weiss deep in his back 50. Kick out to the outer wing. No, that's Bob, or his mum and dad called him Joel Dillon. Handball back. Finds the Kolora man out there on that outer wing. Streaming forward is Beasley. Leading up. Great effort by the Kolora player. It's very hard to see out on that outer wing with the little dip as well. You'd think the water would run off it.
It is. Runs straight out that side.
Yeah.
As we see a ball up here, we've got to throw in.
Throw in
here on the far side.
And they've got the long sleeves on the boundary umpires.
I think that's probably a smart move, I would suggest.
Correct. Beasley handballing out back to Wallace. He's going to be pinged for holding the ball there. And the free kick, resulting free kick, will go to Hunt of the Tom variety.
Benellic.
Is that Benellic? I thought Benellic was 27, so he's 28, is he?
Just make a change, mate.
Yeah, I'll just make a change. Stacks on the mill on the outer wing, pushing the back, goes in favour of Timboon. And is that Cumming out there?
Balin Cumming,
Balin
the far side.
Handballs inside.
To Osborne, to full forward. They've called it back here. What have they done? Downfield.
A downfield. You don't be needing to give those away on a day like today. It's probably not where it was. The ball was spoiled.
Gillingham will take the kick here in the forward pocket.
Yeah,
shot on goal.
Pocket. Tough kick.
Heavy pill.
Heavy pill. He's 10 metres out on a very, very acute angle.
Here we go. Here walks Tommy Hunt, number 12, coming onto the ground for the first time today. Changing up numbers. Obviously, he's been playing reserves. Coming on.
Tommy Hunt is 12, is he? Thanks, Tyler. He's missed that to the far side.
To the golf course end.
To the golf course end, or the... it's hard. It's the Warrnambool end. We got the Boggy Creek. Is Boggy Creek down that way, Tyler?
I think Boggy Creek's that way.
Oh, well, it's behind us, he's saying. So
good day for golf, Woxie. I know you're a bit of a golfer yourself. What do you reckon the conditions will be like out there today?
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be going anywhere near the place.
He's only a fair weather golfer, mate. You won't see Paul Walker out in this stuff.
Exactly right, Liam. And if I did pick someone up, I saw someone last night, he said he went and played golf yesterday. I just called him an absolute moron. Reece Raymond, if you're listening, that was you idiot. As the ball's kicked out back from the behind, and it's Beasley. Handball over the top to Whitecross. Whitecross looking back for Beasley. Head over the ball, handball out, and it's Warboys deep in his defensive area. Josh Warboys. Ball's trickled out of play. That's probably normally on any other day, that shot at goal by Timboon would have just been a regulation snap around the corner. But with this wet ball, it would have been a difficult shot. So the ball's thrown back in. Hickey again, that big frame. He ain't going to get any smaller today, is Marcus Hickey. Good work at the bottom of the pack by Timboon. Handball out, finds
Illingworth. Another tough one for you there, Woxie.
No, the famous cricketer's name, Illingworth. He confused me a few weeks ago out at Collegians. Kick inside. Great strong hands there by Lucas, who'll go back at the top of the goal square in amongst the mud by the looks of it, Tyler.
That was a hard one to stop there, Woxie. Jack Hawkes down there at full back for Timboon. It was a very tough one for him to stop that.
Good kick. Good kick in coming from Caleb Kavanagh. It's going to be hard to pick best players too today. But Lucas, kick coming in. Left footer. Kick on its way, and he's missed it to the near side.
Well.
That is a deplorable miss. He just kicked it so bloody hard. He just didn't even give it a chance. He started right and it stayed right. So
that's another one we were talking about there before, Woxie. Easy goals on goal today just aren't about.
And as a key forward, you're not going to get too many looks at it. So when you do get an opportunity, You've got to make the most of it. Like, he may not touch the ball for the rest of the game now, Brad Lucas, and he's fluffed his lines early in the first quarter. And Hunt will bring it back in. He'll come to the near side, looking for Marcus Hickey, as you would, and Warboys is there. Good spoil by Wallace. Stacks on the mill, flicked out there by Hewlin. Quick kick out by Timboon, heading forward as they and Kanar comes around, kick inside, looking for Max. No, that looks like that was Oscar Ritchie. Free kick goes in the way of Cumming, and he'll kick it forward straight into the man on the mark. Good pressure there by Oscar Ritchie. Ball's still bouncing around, tapping a line. That's all you got to do, boys. Get it going forward. He's taken on the tackle.
Umpire will have the ball.
He will call for it. It was very similar to the Ash Hunt one earlier when he got pinged for holding the ball. Ball's thrown up deep inside Kolora's forward 50. Overrun it. But it's Beasley. That's a throw, Fred Beasley. Good pick up there by Hugh Worrell. You can't be throwing it out one-handed, Fred. Clearing kick by Harkness. Doesn't find his target. Steps around.
Risky kick.
And it's Allsop. Clearing kick outside. Finding Illingworth. Is that Illingworth? Yes, it is.
Yep, Tommy.
The cricketer.
The cricketer.
Illingworth punching it forward straight in the arms of Oscar Curran, the young Kolora teenager. Kick deep inside forward 50, and Allsop's got his name written all over this. These two blokes are just playing kick to kick. Allsop back inside looking for Warboys. Got no one to kick to. They've got to start pushing over to the far side. No, Newey's had his exit closed off by Cahill. Is he going to Gillingham? No, he'll go back out the far side. Warboys looking for Morehouse. Good contest out there by Curran. Tackle, he didn't have the ball, but he'd play on, says the umpire. Slipping over was Wallace. Ball comes out. Quick kick out by Wallace. Newey in a 2-on-1. Great mark by Ben Newey. Streaming through the centre circle of Timboon is Gillingham, but stopped in his tracks by Max Kavanagh. No, he didn't have it. Yes, good pick up there by the umpire. And it's Ben Newey, the veteran. Kick inside. Looking for...
Bit short to Lindquist.
Lindquist, good handball, good pick up in this wet surface. It was an interesting side bump there. Ball, that's almost a throw too. Kick it off the ground. Well done, Ben Newey.
Newey again.
Just desperate, keeping the ball inside their forward 50, or forward half of the ground. Free kick goes in the way of Kolora for too high against Mitch Wallace. Goes in the favour of Caleb Kavanagh. Kavanagh, a little chiselling kick. Good strong hands there by Oscar Ritchie on a wet day, dry day. That was an easy mark. Over the socked up one, Robinson. Now we're on sock up watch here, Tyler. There's only two, I reckon. Poor kick by Robinson.
Kick.
Back inside
to Illingworth.
Harkness, quick kick forward. There's no one all by himself.
Martin Angus.
Angus, the second leading goal kicker for Timboon. Punching it forward. Warbirds back out. No.
Lindquist.
Handball.
To Gillingham. Spills the handball.
And it's Dylan clearing kick. Good solid mark to the... I reckon that is Robinson with the socks up. You're not going to see his number. Bloke with the socks up, Robinson, mate. For Kolora.
Well, there you go, Walks. You love a socks up.
Over to another socks up man in Scanlon. Good body work there by Cahill, but overplayed it a bit, and Hunt marks. What's he going to do here?
Kicks to McGlade.
McGlade back inside looking for Allsop. Allsop, the ball just doesn't find him. Quick handball up, Morehouse. Left foot inside forward 50. All by himself is Mitch Wallace.
Takes a
10 metres out directly in front.
Very good mark by Mitch Wallace.
That could be a Kelly Screamer.
That could well be a Kelly Screamer today, Liam.
He'll push back and back himself in here from, what would you say, about 35 metres out?
By the time he kicks it, he's probably 30 metres out, 35 metres out. You're right there, T.
Big thanks to Lucas Reid at the Kelly
Hotel.
Kelly Screamer. He's also a keen golfer.
He is a keen golfer.
He probably wouldn't be out there playing today, I wouldn't suggest.
I don't know, he may be. Wallace now coming in, kick on its way, umpire, goal umpire.
Oh, he's missed that one as well.
He's missed it to the right.
Ooh, that one hurts us.
I don't think it'd be a good day for your sponsors today, Liam, with the goals.
No, but incidentally, first quarter action brought to you by Nutrient Ag Solutions in Caramel Road and here in Timboon as well.
Nutrient Ag.
And Timmy Knoll is obviously Nutrient Timboon and Harcourts. He's the rep, and thanks to Nutrient and of course all our sponsors for making this coverage possible.
We wouldn't be here without our sponsors, Fitzy, would we?
Absolutely not.
So we better put that down as a Kelly screamer there for Mitch Wallace.
I thought you were going to say put it down a QX3 behind of the day, because we might be seeing a few of them.
Yeah, well,
I have a feeling we'll be seeing a few of them today, Fitzy, so it could be something we could probably add in later on.
Absolutely.
Especially if it's an exciting
how about we say the WorkSafe behind of the day?
You could say the WorkSafe behind.
It's the WorkSafe round. Give them a plug.
Correct.
Let's do that.
I'm pretty
comfortable. Out of bounds here on the far side of us.
Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable. The couple of behinds we've seen so far they weren't highlights, they were lowlights. They probably should have kicked both of those goals in, Lucas and Wallace.
On the full there, boys, that one was.
Yeah,
so kick in by Kolora.
Back out there.
That was a good grab.
Was a fantastic mark.
Put that one down.
Put that down. That one down for Caleb Kavanagh as a Kelly screamer.
Absolutely.
That's in front of Mitch Wallace as he shows the candy. Kavanagh pumping it long, looking for Lewis Cahill. Good at one-on-one out there on that far side.
Cut off well by Hawks there.
Got to remember there's a TV screen. It's a lot easier to see.
Absolutely.
Hunt, clearing kick. Out to the near side, finds Newey. Newey now. Good lead up there. Finding Illingworth again. Handball back to Morehouse onto Louis' left side. To Tom Hunt. That's a holding the man. You can see that from here. Good decision, umpire. You can see the grab of the jumper by Joel Dillon.
And he's saying what?
Yeah, when the umpires see the trigger of the jumper being pulled away from the body, that's just a natural.
No point arguing. He's made his decision.
I've seen a couple. There was one during the year at Essendon game.
Very good, small, crafty player here in Tom Hunt.
I can
play majority of the year in the reserves with us. Let him go this week.
Let him go and have a play with the big boys up top. I don't think he's got the journey. Kick inside, looking for Lindquist over the top of Lindquist's head, but he's good enough to butter up. And there's a snap-on goal, touched by Nathan Weiss. Weiss-Bar. Got to keep remembering Weiss-Bar. And another behind to the Timboon Club.
You need to actually maybe write BAR next to his name.
Yes, that's a good idea. You're full of ideas, Liam.
Ideas, man.
Ball's kicked out, and it's Kavanagh. Handball inside. Robinson overruns it. Oh, got the right cans here, Tyler. Kick in by Newey. Good spoil there by Dillon. He's punched it almost to the golf course. And if we were watching the bounce, you'd hear bang!
You would.
From the bounce, boys. And that was a good, strong spoil there by Bob.
A solid spoil
by Bob Dillon as the boundary umpire throws it back in, comes in. She's doing a power of work. No,
Lucas in the ruck here. Battled out well.
Ball's pinging around, coming. Handballs it back. Looking forward. Good sidestep. Probably needs to get rid of it now. And does. Intercepting is Kanar. Handball up. Kanar. That's dropping the ball.
That is holding the ball.
No, not paid. That was disappointing. He took on 3 tackles, and even in the dry day, that should have been holding the ball. Good work there. Out to Newey. Newey dishing it out. Hard to see even on the screen. Angus. Martin Angus.
For a behind.
Good name for a beefsteak.
It is. Big Butch, as he's known.
For obvious reasons, no doubt. And it'll be Joel Dillon to bring it out.
Gives the ball a bit of a dry with his jumper.
We've got a 4-point ball game. I thought Timboon generally play this ground better. They're probably a 2 to 3 goal better side, and I was tipping Timboon to win today. And I'm still going to stick with that for the time being. Good kick out by Dillon. Big pack forms. No one's coming out of there, and he's dropped it. No, Huey Worrell says, I'll have it, and that was Jack Cahill. Carlin.
We're going to be in strife if anything exciting happens in that pocket, because we've got the rain shelter up today. And,
oh no, we've got a clear view.
Well, no, I mean the camera. The camera doesn't.
Oh really?
Gets a bit obstructed.
Oh, obstructed the view. Well,
there you go.
Got to look after your product, mate.
Yeah,
It's important. You can't do your job without it. And that's a poor kick, rush kick, going backwards and out of bounds on the full. And the rewarding free kick will be Jono Benalik. Kick inside, looking for Lindquist over the top, and it's Tom Hunt.
Tommy Hunt.
The chap that's come up from the reserves.
Put that one down.
That is a QX3. No. Kelly Screamer. Kelly Screamer. I still reckon Kavanagh's is better over on that outer wing, but I'll put it down because you're the boss. Hunt. Has he got the journey, Tyler?
I reckon he's got this for sure. He's kicked quite a few goals for us in the reserves this year. Sitting really well, so be
Hunt coming
backing him in.
Kick on its way, and he loves it off the boot.
Straight through. Boys get around him.
That is
on the board with the goals.
And
1 goal 4 now.
See on the Gleeson Real Estate scoreboard, Timboon leading 1 goal 4 to Kolora Noorat, 1 goal 2 8.
When you think of the future of your business, what is it that you hope for? Ways to grow? Ways to be more self-reliant? And always be one step ahead? Are you looking for a partner with solutions to complex business problems? Well, no matter your goal, with Nutrient Ag Solutions, we'll help you go further.
And welcome back here to the Timboon Recreation Reserve, and it's umpire Missing will throw it up. And it's Wallace, jumps too early, but a Hickey holding his ground, handballs down, quick kick forward by Timboon, overrunning it, was there, I couldn't see, and it's Kanar grabbing it out of the pack, intercept mark, kick forward
by Osborne.
Good, nearly a good mark there, but dropped it, and the ball is pinging out. What's Huey going to do? No, don't know what he's going to do. Looks like he was going to ball it up and then play a free kick, and then no, and the boys looked at him and said, and in the end he called for a ball up.
A few mixed signals going on there by Huey, wasn't there?
Yes, there was a couple there. Ball's thrown up by the umpire, down by Lindquist. Kick off the ground by Kanar. Streaming through, overrunning it was Timboon. Beasley now. First to the ball was Fred Beasley, back to his mate and Kavanagh. Kick off the ground by Dylan. Good strong mark
Lindquist.
there by Lindquist.
Very strong mark at half forward.
Well outside his journey on a day like today, Tommy Lindquist.